So what else did you consume, Joe?
So the other thing I consumed was, should we talk about it?
Arcane?
I watched Arcane.
Yes! Yes!
I watched first episode of Arcane, finally.
Arcane.
I watched Arcane.
I just want to see your face right at the end. Oh no, that's not good, is it?
I think that's like mid-stretch.
That's not a good sign.
Is he smiling? No. Okay, please, Joe, smile. Oh god,
no!
Oh god, every frame he's just bored.
Well, no, okay. Here's the thing. I actually didn't talk a lot during Arcane because I actually wanted to focus in on the story because obviously there's a story there.
Yeah.
Obviously there's a story there, right? So because I have absolutely zero knowledge on anything League of Legends, right? I'm looking at all this for the first time. Like I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. Look, I would like to think it gets better after episode 1. Does it?
What was wrong with episode 1?
Nothing wrong with episode 1, but I think it wasn't the strongest episode.
So describe what happens in episode 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Describe the plot of Arcane to the viewers you might not know.
Okay. So episode 1 begins with, I assume who is eventually going to become Jinx. In this case, she's called Powder, I think her name was.
Yeah, she does.
And her big sister, forgot her name, pink-haired girl. Vi, that's it, yeah. So Vi and Powder, they're like in a war-torn like town or something. Something's happened to their town or wherever they are. And I guess they've just like witnessed their parents dying to some like resistance group or something.
Yeah.
And Vi's like, I'm gonna fucking kill these MFers. And then it time skips to Vi, Powder, and like these 2 other guys who are trying to steal a bunch of, I guess, artifacts or treasure or something like that from some rich place. They're obviously from like a poor slummy area. I got that immediately. So they ransack this dude's place. Powder picks up these like random blue crystals that she found in a chest or something.
Yeah.
Puts one in her pocket. Accidentally drops one. Whoopsies. It turned out to be some kind of bomb. So she she basically just like terrorized bombs this place. They get chased down into the crowd.
Yeah.
They make it back to safety. These goons like try to mug them basically.
Yeah.
And in the pursuit of all of that, Powder throws all of the treasure that they just ransacked into the river, essentially losing it. And they fucked up the entire operation. Vi's pretty pissed off. Everyone's pretty pissed off. The big guy, I forgot his name. There's too many bloody characters in this already. Basically, like the mayor of where they live. I forgot the guy's name. Nice big guy. It's just like, hey, don't worry about it. At least you're safe. At least you're whatever. And then I guess Powder loses confidence in herself that like she's useless and she can't do anything. She feels powerless. Meanwhile, Vi is like, nah, don't worry. You've got your own quirks. You've got your own strengths. You're a strong individual. We'll get out of here eventually.
Yeah.
But then she's like, oh, actually, I saved one of the bombs or the blue crystal things in my pocket. And then Vi's like, that's our little secret. And then that's where the first episode ends. So, I didn't get a whole lot of information from this first episode. Visually and animation-wise, fucking brilliant. It looks and feels and moves great.
Yeah.
But in terms of story, I just don't think I got enough context in this first episode. And I'm sure from here on, we're going to learn more about the story, more about the world and characters. But I don't know. I watched this after the first episode of Breaking Bad, so my expectations were quite high. You know? Yeah, maybe I fucked myself up with that. Yeah. So after watching the first episode of Breaking Bad, this first episode of Arcane was just all right. And I was like,
it's hard. I mean, I definitely think the Breaking Bad first episode is better.
Yeah. It is. It is.
Maybe we should have watched Arcane first.
Yeah, maybe I should have watched Arcane first. I don't know, but so just purely based on episode 1, I just thought it was all right.
So would you continue watching it if you?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the biggest thing that hooked me on Arcane, because I think the real holy shit moment comes at episode 3, where that's where I guess the first story arc ends, and you kind of like get a holy shit moment. Shit starts happening. A lot of this that I got invested in was just the world building in this, because it has such a unique world that blends like kind of like fantasy with a little bit of magic as well. Because with League of Legends, I was like, one thing that I thought was super interesting is that League is obviously it's a game, right? And when they're designing a game, you just want to make cool characters. You don't really think about how to make them all coexist in this coherent world. And so one of the things that I was interested in was just seeing so many different elements like kind of coexist in this one cohesive world that they're kind of like building up. So with Piltover, it's kind of like this technology based like science system as well.
Yeah.
And I just it kind of impressed me how alive they made the world of Piltover.
Although admittedly, when I was watching this like thing of like, you know, the I guess the rich upper class where they're stealing from, and then they go back down into like the slum poor areas, I was like, oh, this is Final Fantasy VII. This is literally Final Fantasy
VII did not invent having.
No, I know, but I was like, oh, this is like Final Fantasy VII world.
But it is kind of like that. Yeah.
It's pretty much like that. Yeah, it's like technology driven, rich upper class that lives above, and then the slum poor areas that are below.
Motherfucker.
It's Final Fantasy VII. It's literally the same.
You motherfucker, Joe.
You hate me because I'm right.
Yeah, but the writing's better in Arcane.
No, I'm sure it is. But like, I think, maybe I just didn't get enough context just from this first episode.
It means you got to watch another one, at least.
Well, if we do another one of these episodes, I'll watch
Oh,
episode
for
two.
fuck's sake.
Just watch the full season. Just think about how much more we can talk about it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So you probably won't continue, is what I'm getting at.
I wasn't like excited to see the next one, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm sure it is an interesting world, but just purely based off episode 1, it didn't hook me in or anything.
Yeah.
You know? So
I mean, I feel like episode 1, how was it an hour?
it's an hour, yeah.
About 40 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it was like episode 3 where the plot really pops off, and then it has some of the most insanely animated scenes I have seen in like a...
Oh, dude, even episode 1, like even like a simple scene where like the gang is fighting off like the muggers and stuff like that. Like that was, some of it was really well animated, and it's like really, really good stuff. But
yeah, like there is this one fight scene which I think is just like a fucking masterpiece, and it's between like 2 characters, and the way they portray the scene, they show the characters fighting, but they also have like a backstory together as well, and it like intercuts between their present fights and when they were kids, and it's like such like it was like such a masterclass of storytelling, just condensed into 3 minutes, and that to me, like, obviously at the end of episode 3, things start to pop off, but also I think Arcane, in general, for an animated TV show, there are some scenes up there which I think are like for a TV series, like Spider-Verse level kinds of like just cool ass shit, cool ass animation and stuff like that. And I think the best thing you could do is just forget that it's League of Legends.
Yeah.
No. To be fair, I as I was watching it, I completely forgot it was like League of Legends, and I just wanted to watch it and like analyze it just as a standalone story, which I did.
You've played League.
I mean, we did play League on...
it must have been very different.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
What? It's very different. You didn't play any of those characters.
Yeah, I know.
So.
Yeah. My question to you is, could you tell who was an in-game character and who wasn't?
Nope. Who knows? I mean, I assume, like, I know Jinx is a playable character.
So obviously Jinx and Vi, the main 2.
Oh, see, I didn't know Vi was.
Yeah, those two
okay.
characters.
No.
Yeah,
Again, I don't, I know nothing about it.
No, so that's why I'm like super curious. Who do you think is a playable character out of the characters that you saw? Even if you don't know the names, you can just describe them.
I mean, I know Jinx is a playable character.
Yeah.
I didn't think Vi, I thought Vi was like the Arcane specific character.
Yeah.
I assume like the big guy, the leader of the village.
No, he's not.
He's not?
No, he's
okay,
not.
he seems like one.
He should though.
He should. Yeah. Did they introduce the villain of Arcane?
Right at the end.
Right at the end?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. The first episode ends with like the villain who's like putting in some contact to stop him having red eye or something.
Yeah.
And then they do an experiment on a mouse, which ends up killing the cat. And then it's like, the subject is ready. So that part I was like kind of curious to be like, okay, where's that gonna lead?
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that actually. Yeah, other than that, I was like, yeah, okay, this is like, this is nice.
Is season 2 coming out this year?
Yes, this year.
It's the final season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final season.
Well, final season of this story arc.
Yeah, they're gonna just probably do like a different story.
Yeah. They're gonna go to a different part of the world after this, probably with different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were a lot of playable characters that you saw, by the way.
Oh, really?
So there was you saw young Echo, the black kid.
I don't think you do. You see Echo in the first one?
I think you do.
You see a black kid in the first one?
With blonde hair?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a playable character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you see?
I thought it was like a
Caitlyn,
throwaway character.
Maybe Caitlyn, you see Caitlyn?
Do you see a blue-haired girl?
Other than Powder?
No, a black head, long black hair. No, you see
Long black
Jace. You see
hair.
Jace, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You see like a scientist guy. He's like studying. He's like a generic white man.
I don't remember. They all look like generic white men. Jace? No, I don't remember this guy.
Did he not get introduced in episode 1?
I thought he did.
I'm surprised how little got introduced in episode 1 then, because I was like, damn, it felt like in my mind. It felt in my mind.
You see like Singed. I think.
Yeah.
You see.
I think you see Singed.
I think in 2 is when they
Introduce Chase. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't. Most of the time, it was focused on Vi and Powder.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was unfortunate.
Hey, it's not terrible. I just thought it was all right.
Oh yeah, so it's the Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, it is.
It's the Jujutsu Kaisen of animation, right?
It was good. Story right now is just kind of whatever.
We'll get him. We'll get him next time, guys. We'll get him. We'll get him next time.
It's just Final Fantasy VII World with League of Legends characters.
Oh my god.
It's better. It's a better story than Final Fantasy.
I'm sure it is. And look, admittedly, again, I'm saying all of this just based off episode 1. I'm sure it gets better after episode 1. But as an episode 1, I thought it was just okay.